right, good morning, everybody. It is me, it is Jersey Cat. We are back with another adventure. Yeah, we're on Lake Lanier today. Nothing changes. I have trips tomorrow and I have trips Sunday, so I need to be out here getting some work in, you know, figuring out what the fish are doing, because the front's passed, so the easy fishing's gone, and now we're post-front, bluebird, sunny day, full moon, so today has the potential to really suck. There's a good chance y'all never see this video for that reason. But I had Friday open earlier this week. I talked to Jeff, you know, Jeff Blair Guide Service, the guy that I work for. I said, hey man, do you mind if I just block off Friday and do a giveaway trip for some disabled vets? He said, yeah man, by all means, go do it. So I said, all right, cool. You know, on behalf of Jeff Blair Guide Service and myself, decided to give away a trip this weekend. Waiting on my anglers now. A lady named Nicole Salas, and her father. They're both, you know, vets. And I said, sure, I would love to do a, you know, father-son vet, you know, father-daughter vet trip. Excuse me. Sorry, Nicole, don't beat me up. And so I'm waiting on them. Her father had a little bit of trouble getting to her house this morning, so we're a little late getting on the water. I'm waiting on them now. There's a whole bunch of fish underneath me right now too. Wild. So yeah, stick around, man. Hopefully we catch some decent fish today. Hopefully they catch some decent fish. Nicole came with me last year. I think it was December when she came out, and it was, unfortunately, it was the same kind of deal. Post-frontal conditions, really tough. We only hooked several fish that day, and we only hooked several stripers that day. Excuse me. Several good ones. We got a small one, we got a couple bass, and we got like a catfish, but all three of the bigger stripers we hooked that day either A, broke our line, or come unbuttoned. So, and unfortunately for Nicole, she was the one on the rod for two of the three, and it really wasn't a whole lot she could have done differently. You know, it was just luck of the draw. So stick around, man. Hopefully we get some decent fish. Hopefully I have some decent video to show you, and hopefully I'll have some good tips or tricks that I can include in on this one of things I seen today that might help you catch some more fish. So stick around. I'm gonna fart around here and cast a little bit while I'm waiting on them. I mean, I'm marking fish under my boat right now in 30 feet of water. I'd imagine they're bass, but hey, I'll catch a couple fish to get warmed up, you know. But yeah, stick around, man. We're gonna catch some fish. I'll see y'all in a bit. Oh, right there, 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 right there. Yes, sir. Down rod.
Stand up. There you go.
Yeah, me neither.
I got it.
Yeah, we're. All right, go down and then reel up. And then, now reel as you go down. There you go. And then reel as you pull up.
Oh.
All right, well, we got a bite. Yeah, I was figuring we'll come back here and get an easy one, and then we'll go, you know, hunt around, because I figured today might be a little tough. Yeah, because I got to keep it moving, otherwise we're going to get snagged. Yeah, walk back underneath me there. There we go. There, like that. All right, Joe, I'll let you go. I got my hands full. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye. All right, here, come up underneath me. Yeah, here, take that one for you. All right, fish.
All right now.
I'm glad you're fighting, but damn, you are making a mockery of everything.
You know? Won't stay still.
No, you sure won't. Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do about that one now.
Is that a fish or?
No, that's this line wrapped around it.
Let it out some?
Yeah, just pop pop that and turn that right there. There you go. And then the fish could just take it if he wants it. Yeah, you can throw it back in the rod holder. Hopefully we get him to come up here.
Oh, there we go.
Good. I see the weight. All right, reel down, pull up, reel down. Don't go under the boat, man. Come on.
No,
I
don't
know
go
he's
back
running
there.
the other way.
That's a good one, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah, Daddy.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
All right,
No,
just
we
bring the
can
rod
see
tip
him.
up towards me.
oh, shoot.
Yes, sir. Got him. All right. Yeah, give me some of that right there.
Nice size.
Well, last time when she came with me, we every good fish that ate that day got the better of us, you know.
Daddy,
All right. Yes, sir.
that's a nice one.
Heck yeah. On the down line too. Yeah, I'll take that from you. Yeah, we'll just set that down here. All right, there you go. Hold that up for me. Yep, just like that. Yeah, here, grab it. There you go.
Oh, don't drop it. Don't drop it in the water. You get in trouble.
Where's my fish? Oh, where's my phone? There's my phone. Actually, I tell you what. Face me this way because the sun's
So,
sunk.
I was just getting ready to say the same thing.
Yeah. There we go, right there.
All right.
Beautiful. All right.
That's a nice one.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Here's a quick one, real quick. I'm just throwing it in there. I was just shocked at how aggressive this channel catfish hit this planer board. Channel catfish in rivers, they hit baits really, really hard, and in lakes sometimes they tend to mess around with it. But this channel catfish was all business when he hit this bait, so I figured I'd include it. I rarely leave. I don't think I've ever left a catfish in any of my striper videos, but this catfish, he earned a spot in my striper video. Man, he hit this board hard. Check this out.
Oh.
He looks like he wants to be a fighter.
All right, now this has got a small hook on it, so don't tighten up the drag. Go reel down and then pull up. And then pull up, and then reel down, pull up, reel down, pull up, and just keep that up, and you'll get them. Get this one back here. Yep. And then you reel down and pull up, and then you just keep that up, and you reel in the boat. Alright, pull up. What you gonna do? Pull up. And then reel just go down. And then pull up. Yeah, just like that. You're gonna get all your line back as you're pulling up. Gotta get enough line in the boat. And then reel just go down. And then pull up. And then reel down. Pull up. Damn catfish. When you took off with that rod, I would have bet $1 that was a striper. Alright, bring it up towards me. The biggest channel catfish I've seen in a long time.
Is that a good eating one or no?
I wouldn't eat him. He probably tastes like mud.
It's the blues. The blues are the ones you eat, right?
Yeah, the blues are good. I mean, I would have kept them if he was smaller, but usually when they get this big, they don't taste very good. There he is. That's a big old channel catfish.
I'm going back. It's like I'm going back. Hell or high water. Hell or high water. I'm going back.
That's fine too, because he's cracked all over the back of the boat. You see that? Nasty little bastard. Yeah, here I'll handle all that. He twisted some shit up. See how bad he messed us up. That's why I hate catching the catfish if they roll like that. You see how he twisted it all up? I found lots of bait out over the river chain. I just didn't find anything eating them. Yeah, this is Buckus. That one. Striper. You don't hear my clicker zipping? And bailing. Damn. Oh, it's on playboard. Yeah. It's a big fish too. Alright. Yeah. Well, I was reeling them up. I was getting ready to roll. I guess we're not going anywhere just yet. I still don't think I'm gonna stay here, but good fish too. I'm actually reeling in a fish right now. I was reeling everything up to leave. One of my planer boys took off a pretty big fish too. Okay. It's a screaming drag. This is the only striper bite I've had all day. So yeah, I would agree. No, there was a striper tournament today, and nobody I talked to in that striper tournament caught a fish. So I'd say let's just put it off for a week. Yeah, this cold front got them messed up, and tomorrow it's really going to settle in. You know, sometimes you'll have a good bite right before the cold front, but you know that didn't even happen during this one. So yeah, reeling it up, and I turned around and the rod was folded over. Like, oh well, I guess I got a fish. Yeah, for sure. I'll give you a holler around Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll talk about it. All right, you have a good night, Joe. Ooh. That works for me. All right, folks. Boom, look at that, huh? Good. Showing up good. All right, y'all, that is the end of the video. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the first half of this video was from a giveaway trip I did for a couple, disabled vets. Had a lot of fun that day. Unfortunately, the fishing was tough, but we did catch some fish. They went home with a bunch of fillets. Went home with a few pounds of meat. So I think, all in all, hey, anytime you get out on the water and it's that nice of a day and you're not, getting rained on or getting blown around the lake is a great day. The clip at the end was a nice fish that I got the day, prior, just out there goofing off for myself. Lately, as a lot of I don't film when I have customers on the boat. So it's just something I don't want to deal with. I want to focus on catching them fish. The YouTube thing is separate. I work for, the biggest striper guide on Lake Lanier. So I try to be as, professional as I can be, make sure the customers have a good time. I don't want to worry about cameras and stuff like that. But usually when I'm out fishing for myself, I'm not out fishing for numbers. I'm out there fishing for patterns, different things, trying different things at work, looking around at different areas, trying to pick up things that I may have missed when I had customers on a boat, because my mindset when I have customers on the boat is completely different than when I'm out there by myself. When I'm out there by myself, I can experiment more. I can try different things. I can make long runs to weird areas and say, hey, you know, the fish were in this area yesterday. I know a creek arm that has a lot of the same features that this one did, but it's about a 25-minute drive. Let's take that run. You know, I don't want to take long runs when I have customers because then customers feel like they got gypped when they're driving around too much, you know. So I like to try to strategically place my shots, you know, to make sure we get the max amount of fishing time when I have customers on the boat. But lately, Lake Lanier and a lot of lakes in the south, I actually fished a different lake recently. You won't see that video because all we caught was bass that day. But I really feel like this warmer fall kind of took the fall turnover and like put the brakes on it and like got it stuck midway. And it seems like a lot of the lakes across the southeast just aren't fishing very well right now. And I think a lot of it has to do with the stripers. They're just uncomfortable. They don't like the water quality. Like the other night, I was at a lake on the Savannah River chain, and there's a lake that's in turnover dumping into it, and there's a lake that's in turnover that gets pumped back into it, and the lake that I was fishing was in turnover. The water quality was so poor, I could smell the sulfur coming up off the water from all the decomposition from coming up from the bottom of the lake. And the stripers there were not happy. I found fish. I put my baits right through the middle of fish. They did not react to them at all, no matter what I did, no matter how light I went, nothing. They would not touch it. So I think that's pretty much the bottom line for our fall this year. Is fishing's been slow. Fishing's been a lot slower than normal, and it's because of the warm fall that we've had. You know, you would think warmer weather would extend fishing patterns further, but the problem is we were in transition, and then the transition froze, and we were actually in the bad part of the transition when it froze. So, you know, we should be about 10 degrees colder water temperature wise. Actually, we have some cold days coming up, so I'm looking forward to that. Another thing I've been experimenting lately, well, not really experimenting, something I always tell people, I get asked a lot from people, how long should my lines behind my planer boards be? And the answer to that is, yeah, that's how long. As long as you want to make them. The last fish that I caught in this video, the reason why I included this clip in the video is because that line, I had 70 foot back from the board with the heaviest split shot I could, you know, I can buy. A pretty heavy split shot. I'd say that split shot's probably, I know it's a Danielson and it's like a number 5 or something like that. It's a big heavy duty split shot. Biggest split shots I've ever been able to find. And I had a 70 foot back over very deep water, and I was trolling at 0.5, 0.6, which, I mean, I gotta imagine that bait was probably about 40 foot down, you know, 70 foot back from the board, and then I had it like another 80 foot out, so that bait was 80 foot away from the boat, 70 foot back from the boat. And that bait, I would say, was probably, if I can judge the line, you know, going into the water, and that you can, people always ask me, well, how do you know, split shot versus line out versus depth? I mean, really, it's all guesswork. I mean, unless you can swim down there and measure it with a tape measure, but, you know, you can't. If you put your baits out, say 60 foot before you put the planer board on your line, and you're trolling at your desired speed at 0.5, 0.6, look at the angle of the line going into the water. And that should tell you roughly, you know, give you a rough estimate of how deep your bait is going to be from your planer board. You know, the faster you go in a lighter split shot, the more gradual, you know, the angle of your line is going to be roughly about 22 degrees, 20. Now, I'm a machinist, so I deal a lot in degrees and angles and stuff like that, and, you know, trig. If you look at the angle, if you have a lighter split shot, that angle is going to be real gradual. You know, if you have a heavy duty split shot and you're going deep and you're going very slow, that's going to be a deep, you know, angle, and you're going to be much deeper. So, you know, kind of look at what you're looking at there and try to judge where you're seeing fish in the water column. Like if I'm seeing fish at 50, 60, I'm going to troll slower with a big heavy split shot with more line out, and I want that bait around 35, 40 foot. You know, occasionally, you know, I want to see that line get snagged. Believe it or not, I want to see that line actually get hung up in the trees eventually, you know, occasionally with that planer board. That lets me know that I'm fishing deep enough to target those deep water fish. If I'm seeing fish up at 20, 25 feet, which is where I prefer to see them when pulling boards, you know, I might use one small split shot and I might only go 35, 40 foot back from a board, you know. And then if you're using, you know, gizzard shad and such things, you know, you want to go anywhere, you know, probably no more out than 25 feet. You know, sometimes I keep my shad, you know, 10 foot from the board. I keep them on a tight leash. It keeps the shad run all over the place. It keeps them from tangling each other up. Same thing with the trout. And it actually gives the bigger stripers a chance to get a hold of them because they're very maneuverable. The longer the leash you give a shad or a trout, the more room he has to outrun that big striper. So you want to kind of keep him on a tight leash behind the board to give him kind of pull them with the board, instead of giving that shad or the trout, the world to run and invade your stripers. Because stripers are only going to take so many cracks at a bait until they give up. Like, I'm burning way too many calories to try to eat that. I'm going to go eat some small threadfin shads instead. But, yeah, so that's, about as broad of an answer as I can give to the people that ask the questions, how far back behind the planer board. I see that question get asked all over Facebook. I get asked that all the time. And for me, it's day to day. I mean, very rarely do I find that the same distance back from the planer board works every day. There is no Swiss Army knife, answer for that to where this is how far you should back, this time of year. It's all over the place. Lately, the only answers that I've been getting from stripers is very far back from the board when I'm over open water. When I'm in the backside of creeks, I've been running about 45, 50 foot with, medium to slightly large split shot. But yeah, that's my answer on that. That's how far you should be back from your board, whatever it takes. And like I said, keep an eye on the angle, coming off your rod, and that will tell you the angle that's coming off of your planer board as you're pulling at that speed. And that'll kind of give you an idea of what depth your bait's being pulled at. With the really heavy split shots I've been using, that angle's very steep, so I know that bait is running very deep relative to the amount of line I let off the rod. Other than that, man, this is kind of just goofing off. I got a new camera. I actually had several people complain about the amount I talk in my videos. I don't really know what to tell you. Fishing is my life. It always has been my life. It's cathartic. I enjoy talking about fishing. This is my outlet to do it. I'm married. I'm kind of a hermit outside of, YouTube and the fishing community. I don't talk to a whole lot of people. Most of the people I talk to are other fishing guides. And, we mostly just talk about fishing, but this is kind of like my outlet. I do this more for me than anything, an outreach, to do the giveaway trips and stuff like that. And, pretty much just talk fishing, man. It's what I like to do. I'm sorry if you don't like that part of the video. Tune out when I say that was the end of the fishing, because you just know I'm going to talk for 15 minutes after that. So just click off, But yeah, fishing's been my entire life. I mean, anybody that knows me, you ask them one question, when you think of Terry, what's the first thing that comes to mind? I'm fishing, it's just what I do. And I love to talk about it. And yes, I do ramble. I do go on in circles sometimes. I will talk about the same topic 3 different ways. It's just, this is who I am, dude. It's just, the videos aren't going to change. I for 2 years now, this has been pretty much my video, modus operandi. It's not going to change. So if you don't like the talking parts of the video, I'm sorry. There's other guys out there that just fish. You go watch Catfish Dave or one of those guys, and it's just reeling in fish and goofing off. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing too, except at the end of it, I try to give a little bit of information or something that I'm seeing while I'm on the water, and that's it. But, yeah, other than that, man, like I said, if you want to book a trip, the information's at the beginning of the video. You can either book through me or you can book through JetBlair Guide Service for Lake Lanier. Oh, and real quick before I leave, I have had several people over the last few weeks message me about trips on the lakes, because some of my earlier videos, I was advertising of the lakes. The bottom line is this: I haven't really been fishing away from Lanier enough to, in good faith, take somebody's money to take them to a lake I'm only fishing once every few months. That's just, me personally, I feel if you're a fishing guide and you're fishing a body of water, you should have a very, very knowledgeable amount of experience on that lake and a recent amount of experience on that lake. Touching that lake once every 3 or 4 months is not, I'm not going to take somebody's money for that. And 2, the other lakes that I was talking about and advertising earlier on in my video career, they're far enough away, and the bait that we're using, and, when it's all said and done, I'm only making, like $100, $150, per trip doing those trips. And I get that, it's like, well, you're making money. I am making some money, but I'm putting a lot of wear and tear on my vehicle, towing my boat that far for minimal amount of, net gain. And it's just not worth it beating up my truck. So, for the time being, Lake Lanier is what it is. maybe one day down the road, I can actually get a second boat and keep it in storage closer to one of these lakes that I also like to fish. And I can run out there and do some trips on the side out there as well. Or maybe keep this boat when I get another boat and put this boat out there. You know, I don't know. But, you know, I would like to branch out further than Lake Lanier one day. But for now, for the time being, I work for Jeff Blair Striper Guides. I'm perfectly content working for Jeff. I have a great time working with him, working for his customers. And plus, I mean, it's an excellent knowledge base to tap into, you know, whenever you say, hey, man, you know, what are you seeing out there today? You know, I can instantly get a phone call and, you know, we have that network of guys that we can talk to, and that's priceless. So, yeah, Lake Lanier is what it is for now. You know, Captain Matt, sponsor of ours, great guy, great tackle company, pretty much all your needs for striped bass. Humminbird, I actually did some research today. Humminbird has new units coming out. They're replacing the Solix unit with the new Explorer units. It seems to be kind of like a hybrid in between the Solix and the Helix. You know, there's more touch button options and touchscreen options. Pretty much, it's like a souped-up Solix with some more features akin to a Helix as well. I mean, don't quote me on it. I've only done minimal amount of reading about it right now. And the Mega Live 2, which everybody's been talking about. I've had many people message me about, you know, Mega Live. What are my thoughts on it? You know, do you think Humminbird? Yes. And like I said, I could only tell people so much, but Humminbird does have a new Mega Live 2 coming out. They have introduced it now. It's no longer rumors. It's no longer any kind of hoofah. It's legit. And I can't wait to see the screenshots from it. I'm looking forward to getting it myself. It's probably going to be a little pricey when it hits the market because they dumped a ton of time and tons of technology and invested a lot of money into developing it. So I'd imagine it's probably going to be a pretty penny, but I would like to have it. But yeah, there you go, man. CaptainMax.com. Humminbird. Jeff Blair Guide Service. You want to book a trip? Holler at me. Until next time, I'll see you all later. See, I only blabbed for 13 minutes this time. What are you guys complaining about? That's 13 minutes of quality talk there. Until next time, y'all. I'll see you later.